or $89.55 today for Sandy Howell Notary Services, where excellence is signed and sealed.
Take the fact.
Need to get to work? Run errands? See a doctor? Fact connects Fayette County. Ride our convenient routes through Uniontown, Connellsville, Brownsville, even to Pittsburgh. Seniors 65 and older ride free on fixed routes. People with disabilities get big savings, and Medicaid recipients can ride to medical appointments at no cost through our shared ride and paratransit services. Find out if you qualify today. Call 724-628-RIDE or visit factbus.com. Fact, your ride, your independence.
Your local station, WMBS.
Good morning, and welcome to another Saturday edition of the Sportsline, being brought to you this morning by my good buddy Tom Vernon and Casey Sports Cafe, located right here on South Mount Vernon Avenue in Uniontown, the Firestone Insurance Agency in Normalville, and by Bogies at Duck Hollow. Now under new management, serving lunches and dinners Monday through Saturday from 12 to 9, Sunday from 12 to 5. Phone 724-439-2150, located at 374 Duck Hollow Road in Uniontown. George Von Benko with you on a chilly Saturday morning. I know you'll be out and about here on the weekend, but bundle up while you're traveling today. And if you get a chance, pick up the phone and give us a call. Two-way sports talk, lifeblood of any sports talk show. And I would love to hear from you on a variety of subjects this morning. You simply have to pick up the phone and call the WVU Medicine Uniontown Hospital talk line at 724-438-4593. That's 724-438-4593. Steeler interviews today. Big game on Sunday at Acrisure Stadium as the Steelers host the Buffalo Bills. And we will have some NFL talk in hour number 2. Talk in general about the league because, boy, talk about parity and wackiness. That is the NFL. From week to week, I am amazed by some of the scores in the National Football League. And to that end, my good friend Bill Werndell from over in the Philadelphia area will be joining me at 11:30 for some NFL talk. And, of course, your phone calls as well. Let's get to the scoreboard very quickly. High school basketball is underway. Game heard right here on WMBS last night. Laurel Highlands knocks off Greensburg-Salem 61-43. Other boys scores locally: Fraser 47, McGuffey 43. Bell Vernon Leopards down the Ringgold Rams 70-67. Greater Latrobe 70, Richland 31. Thomas Jefferson down Sarah Catholic 79-62. Bishop Canavan 65, Elizabeth Forward 55. And the Mount Pleasant Vikings snap a 25-game losing streak. They beat the Yacht Cougars 51-26. Some local girls high school basketball. Geibel over Carmichael 71-16. Jefferson Morgan downs Ligonier Valley 51-32. West Green beats Beth Center 59-21. And Avella over Mapletown 35-32. So that is a look at the high school scoreboard. Turning our attention to the NFL scoreboard, we had a game yesterday, and that loss to the Bears not looking quite as bad for the Steelers. Chicago goes into Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia, and they beat the Eagles 24-15 in NFL action yesterday. Top 25 college football action. Number 16, Texas knocks off arch rival number 3, Texas A&M, 27-17. Fourth-rated Georgia beats number 23, Georgia Tech, 16-9. Number 6, Ole Miss Rebels over Mississippi State, 38-19. 14th-rated Utah beats Kansas 31-21. Number 21, North Texas, 52, Temple 25. And number 2, Indiana, beats Purdue 56-3. Top 25 college basketball, top-ranked Purdue over Eastern Illinois, 109-62. Number 5, UConn Huskies beat the number 13 Illinois Fighting Illini, 74-61. Number 9, BYU knocks off the Dayton Flyers, 83-79. Number 10, Florida, 90. Providence Friars, 78. And 24th ranked Vanderbilt beats the Gales of St. Mary's, 96-71. In the National Hockey League last night, full slate of NHL games. Tampa Bay over the Detroit Red Wings, 6-3. New York Rangers beat Boston 6-2. In a shootout, Minnesota 3, Colorado 2. Montreal downs the Vegas Golden Knights 4-1. New Jersey shuts out Buffalo 5-0. St. Louis beats Ottawa 4-3. Shootout, Anaheim 5, Los Angeles 4. Calgary Flames over the Florida Panthers 5-3. The shootout, Philadelphia Flyers beat the New York Islanders 4-3. San Jose over Vancouver 3-2. Washington downs Toronto 4-2. Carolina beats Winnipeg 5-1. In overtime, Pittsburgh comes back and they beat the Columbus Blue Jackets 4-3. Dallas over Utah 4-3. And the Nashville Predators beat the Chicago Blackhawks 4-3. NBA action. Indiana Pacers 119. Washington Bullets, or not Bullets, Washington Wizards. I'm going old school with Bullets. Indiana 119, Washington 86. Charlotte downs the Chicago Bulls 123-116. Philadelphia 76ers 115. Brooklyn 103. Atlanta beats Cleveland 130-123. Orlando 112, Detroit Pistons 109. New York Knicks beat the Milwaukee Bucks 118-109. Oklahoma City over Phoenix 123-119. Utah 128, Sacramento 119. San Antonio Spurs beat the Denver Nuggets 139-136. Memphis 112, LA Clippers 107. And the LA Lakers take the Dallas Mavericks 129-119. So that is a look at your scoreboard. Turning our attention very quickly to sports obituaries. From the world of golf, Frank Urban Fuzzy Zeller Jr., who won two major titles in playoffs, including the 1984 U.S. Open, died November 27th at the age of 74. Born and raised in New Albany, Indiana, Zeller received his nickname thanks to the initials of his first, middle, and last names. He later played his collegiate golf at the University of Houston, then a Division I juggernaut, before turning professional in 1973. 6 years later, he became just the second golfer to win the Masters in his first appearance, following Gene Sarazen, who did so in 1935. Then 27, Zeller was tied with Tom Watson and Ed Snead after 72 holes. In the first sudden death playoff at Augusta National, all three players began with pars on the 10th hole. After Snead and Watson made par on the second playoff hole, Zeller faced a 6-foot birdie putt to win the title. He memorably flung his putter high in the air after the ball dropped in the hole. In 1984, the 32-year-old Zeller was making his 8th U.S. Open appearance when the championship was contested on the iconic West Course of Wingfoot Golf Club in New York. After shooting a 1 par 71 in the first round, Zeller fired a 66 on Friday, leaving him one stroke behind the leader, Hale Irwin, winner of the 1974 U.S. Open at Wingfoot. The leaderboard remained the same after round 3, with Zeller and Irwin when they both shot 69s. Also shooting a 69 on Saturday was Australian Greg Norman, who moved into third place, 2 strokes behind Irwin and behind Zeller. During the final round, Irwin fell out of contention with a 79. That left Zeller and Norman to duel down the stretch. Zeller moved ahead of Norman by 3 shots on the front 9, but the long-hitting Australian bounced back to tie Zeller for the lead. Playing one group in front of Zeller, Norman fanned his 6-iron approach to the final hole into the grandstands right of the green after receiving free relief from the temporary immovable obstruction. He chipped across the green and miraculously saved par by converting a 50-foot putt from the fringe. Zeller, thinking that Norman had made a birdie and had taken the lead, began to wave the white towel while standing on the 18th fairway jokingly to signal surrender. He said he just beat us. Zeller told the New York Times, one of the USGA guys, God bless their souls, told me that it was for par. I immediately looked over for par where did I hit that second shot to? Zeller calmly 2-putted for par on the 18th to force an 18-hole Monday playoff. 27th playoff, U.S. Open history, the first since 1975 when Lou Graham defeated John Mahaffey at Medina. Zeller birdied the first 2 holes. Norman double bogeyed the second, providing the lead that Zeller never relinquished. Ahead by 5 strokes after 9 holes, Zeller shot a 67, lowest round ever in U.S. Open playoff history, to finish 8 strokes ahead of Norman. Fuzzy Zeller passing away at the age of 74. And from the baseball world, George Altman, counted among the best traveled players in baseball history, has passed away. Negro Leagues Baseball Museum President Bob Kendrick announced Tuesday. Altman was 92, one of just 3 people ever to play in the Negro Leagues, the American and National League, and Nippon Professional Baseball. Altman's pro career began with the Kansas City Monarchs in 1955, where he was signed by legendary player-manager Buck O'Neil. When O'Neil took the scouting job with the Cubs ahead of the 1956 season, Altman was among the players he brought with him into the organization. After a brief military conscription in the late 1950s, Altman made his big league debut with the Cubs opening day, 1959. He enjoyed modest success at the major league level, playing parts of 9 seasons with the Cubs, Cardinals, and Mets. At his best, he made consecutive National League All-Star teams in 61 and 62, hitting a combined .311 with 49 home runs and a .909 OPS over those 2 seasons. He had a couple of especially notable moments during that period of brilliance. He recorded a pinch hit home run in his first career All-Star game at bat in 1961, and weeks later, he would become the first player to have a multi-homer performance against future Hall of Famer Sandy Koufax. Altman was traded to the Cardinals, which point his career stalled over the next 5 seasons from 63 to 67. He suffered from injuries, increasingly limited playing time after spending most of the 67 in AAA. Altman, then 35 years old, signed with the Tokyo, later Lot Orions of the Japan Pacific League. He achieved another level of stardom in Japan, lossing him into a true slugging first baseman. Ultimately, it was a colon cancer diagnosis in the middle of the 74 season that signaled the coming end of his playing career. After undergoing treatment, Altman would return to play 1 more season with the Hanshin Tigers in 75 before retiring. George Altman. Boy, I had a lot of his baseball cards back in the day, passing away at age 92. Okay, we're going to take a break. Then I'm going to come back and open up the phone lines for Open Line Sports Talk. If you'd like to join the conversation, simply dial The WVU Medicine Uniontown Hospital talk line, 724-438-4593.
Relay for Life's annual Christmas tree raffle is going on now at the South Union Sports Complex on Pennsylvania Avenue next to OC Plus. Chances to win one of 116 fully decorated trees are just $2. Bring a new toy for Toys for Tots and get 2 more chances for each toy donated. The winner will be drawn December 13th. So stop in the South Union Sports Complex Monday through Saturday from 10 to 8, Sunday 11 to 6 for chances on 116 trees benefiting Relay for Life.
Looking for a dentist? Dr. Michael George and Dr. Ashley Parker of George Dental Associates, a Uniontown staple, has over 40 years' experience treating patients of all ages. Their caring, professional team of dentists and their staff offer a full range of dental services, including restorative, preventative, pediatric, cosmetic, and so much more. Visit GeorgeDentalAssociates.com today. That's GeorgeDentalAssociates.com and find out how they can enhance your smile through the art of dentistry.
You can go to Big Box Medical Office.
Now serving number 3,943.
Or
Hi, come on in. How are you?
for personal, professional health care you can trust, see Dr. Paul Hardley and nurse practitioners Tara Bozek, Jessica Reckhart, and Stacy Morris, proudly serving our community for over 30 years. Need care today? Walk-ins are always welcome. For your primary care, call Dr. Paul Hartley at 724-437-1109 or visit ppcp.org. Or
Serving number 3,944.
there's no place like home and no thing like winning. Now till the end of November, just be the 6th caller to 724-438-4593 when you hear.
Oh, there's no place like home for the holiday.
And you'll win $30 worth of Snow Place Like Home scratch-off tickets from the Pennsylvania Lottery with festive fun and 10 top prizes of $20,000. Play today and let it snow winnings. Benefits older Pennsylvanians every day. Must be 18 or older to play. Please play responsibly. Ready to score big on your next home? Well, great news. Huge savings are waiting for you at Clayton Homes of Bell Vernon. From open floor plans perfect for game day parties to energy-efficient homes that will help you save money all season long, these homes are built to deliver. Don't wait on the sidelines. Make the winning play today and find the home that fits your family and lifestyle. Visit Clayton Homes of Bell Vernon at 4500 Route 51.
Hi everyone, this is Kelly Clark with Autoland Hyundai in downtown Uniontown. SUV season is here, and you can get that new, certified, or select pre-owned all-wheel drive that you've been looking for. It's just a test drive away. Let me show you how simple you can buy or lease your next vehicle. The season is changing, so fall into your best deal with me. Kelly Clark, Autoland Hyundai, 724-208-5281. 724-208-5281. Great selections, super pricing, and deals on your next wheels. Kelly Clark, Autoland Hyundai, 724-208-5281. Kelly Clark, Autoland Hyundai, 724-208-5281. I'll make you a good deal.
If you're an athlete, you know the importance of a strong recovery. NovaCare provides several athletic training programs geared toward athletic-related injuries and collaborates with Albert Gallatin, Uniontown, Fraser, California, Jefferson Morgan, Waynesburg, West Green, and Mapletown school districts to help student athletes stay at their best. From coordinating additional specialist care to treating on-site injuries, their experts cater to your personal needs. Specialized services include concussion diagnosis and rehabilitation and treatment for sport-specific injuries. For more information on athletic training at NovaCare, visit novacare.com or contact your local office today.
WMBS.
Hi, this is Pat Narduzzi from the University of Pittsburgh, and you're listening to the Sportsline with George Von Benko on WMBS.
Coach Narduzzi, he and the Panthers with a big one coming up this afternoon at Acrisure Stadium. We will join Pitt football at 12 noon, right after the Sportsline. Pitt and Miami. Pitt trying to forge a ticket to the ACC championship game. They need some other help, but first things first, they got to beat the Miami Hurricanes this afternoon. Do want to remind folks, I will be doing a Steelers watch party for the Buffalo game tomorrow at the River's Edge in Connellsville. the new restaurant down there. And I'll be getting underway at about 3:45 tomorrow. 4:25 kickoff. Lots of items to give away, including an autographed Steelers photo. Great way to spend a Sunday watching football with yours truly. Steelers watch party tomorrow at the River's Edge in Connellsville, and it begins around 3:45. By the way, programming note, I will not be on the air next Saturday, being preempted, and I won't be on the air, but I do want to mention that next Sunday, I will have a watch party for maybe one of the biggest games of the year, Steelers and Ravens, at Bud Murphy's in Connellsville, and I'll be starting around 12:15. It's a 1 o'clock kickoff for that game. So River's Edge tomorrow, Steelers watch party. Bud Murphy's next Sunday, Steelers watch party. Let's go to the phone lines. Take our first phone call of the morning. Good morning. You're on the Sports Line.
Good morning, George.
Good morning, Charles.
Yes. Yeah, hope the turkey was good and everything else about the weekend was good.
Oh, I had a good time, and I got my fill of turkey, which is always good.
Yeah, had some of that and a lot of good football and
there's some more good football today too.
Yeah, and some good hockey too in between there. But George, I don't feel good about either Pitt or the Steelers this weekend. I don't feel good about either one of them.
Well, I feel a little bit better about the Steelers than I do Pitt. And I could be completely wrong about that. Pitt is certainly capable. Miami's coming north, playing in cold temperatures, all that going on. But the Steelers are facing a Bills team that gave up 8 sacks last week, and they're without their 2 starting tackles. Actually, 3 of their tackles are out, which could benefit the Steelers greatly. And in this day and age of the NFL, it wouldn't surprise me for the Steelers to beat the Bills. You just never know from week to week. I'm going to talk about that with Bill Werndell. I mean, week in and week out, I just am amazed at some of the scores in the National Football League.
Yeah, well, Steelers and Bills are down here. But, and to give them more motivation, unexpectedly, the Bengals handed the Steelers a present the other night.
They certainly did.
Oh, man.
And Baltimore looked really, really bad in that game.
I mean, I can't ever remember seeing the Ravens had 5 turnovers, George.
Well, the last time they had 5 turnovers was several years ago against the Bengals.
I mean, that was Burrow's first start, and he just stepped in it,
Well,
right away.
he looked a little rusty, but he also did some really good things.
Yeah. And
I'm just thankful we didn't have to face Burrow twice during the season. Although Flacco got us the one time. Got the Steelers the one time. Yeah.
Mathematically, Cincinnati's not out of that.
No. You remember what the run they made last year when they reeled off all those wins and just missed it.
But let's see. Cincinnati, I think, has only 2 divisions. They've got one against Cleveland and one against Baltimore.
Right.
They're done with us.
They're done with the Steelers.
But, George, here's something that bothers me, although we have no room to, we as the Steelers have no room to talk. The Bills and the Lions, they're 2 clubs that they seem to be underachieving this year, both of them.
Well, you can look around the league. Well, what about the way the Eagles are playing of late?
Yeah.
What about the Chiefs? The Chiefs are 6-6.
Yeah, George.
That's what I mean. It's a wacky league. It really is.
George, now I ask you, are the Bears, are they a house of cards, or do you honestly believe in them?
I want to see more. They've won some games, but I want to see more.
They still got to play the Packers.
Got to play the Packers, yep. I think they got the Lions one more time, too.
No, they're done with the Lions.
Done with the Lions?
but they got a game against the Ravens.
Well, that actually might be a blessing the way Baltimore's playing right now.
I mean, all of, you keep wanting to see Lamar Jackson break through and be a good player in the postseason, but he's fumbling too many times, George.
Yeah, well, I still think he's hurt. I still think he's he was playing with a hamstring. I still think he's hurt. But no, he fumbles the ball. He's not accurate at times. No, that was not a good performance by Jackson the other night at all.
This game with us against the Bills Sunday is crucial because if we can win, we can move back ahead of the Ravens.
Well, we're ahead of them now by a half game.
Yeah, I know, and they have to use their home game against us just to tie us up.
Well, and the other thing that people are forgetting is that that loss by the Ravens was in the division, and in the AFC, and it gave the Steelers the tiebreaker. Well, this game is in the AFC, and it will count during the tiebreaker, so it's important in that regard too.
I mean, most outsiders still think it's going to be the Ravens, but see.
Well, I did too, but I didn't like what I saw the other night. And I thought the Steelers had a little bit of the tougher schedule, although, Baltimore still has to play Green Bay.
Yeah, that's what I said, Green Bay. They still have to play us twice.
Yeah, and do they still, or did they already play them? I think they already played the Lions. They got the Bears. They got the Bears, yeah.
No. Baltimore's already played the Bears.
They already played the Bears?
Yeah. Baltimore beat the Bears in Baltimore.
Oh, that's right. I'm trying to. They have somebody else that could cause them problems.
The Lions beat the. Okay. Baltimore has to go to Cincinnati yet. Baltimore has New England yet.
That's the other game I was thinking.
Okay, George. But there's something bothers me about the Steelers. It just don't seem like the Steelers have a giddy-up,
No, what it is, and I mentioned it when I was in the locker room yesterday, honestly, I don't know which team is going to show up from week to week. Some weeks they can look like they did against Indianapolis, and they shut down a great offense and a great running back. And then other weeks it looks like they've never played football before.
George, in college football on a national scale, do you see the Indiana Hoosiers as being the dark horse in this thing?
I do. I like Indiana. I think they're a force to be reckoned with.
I mean, people didn't believe in them before. When they went into Eugene and beat the Ducks out there, I mean, and the Ducks were number 2 in the country when they did that. Yeah. But let me ask you this, George. Do you think Indiana would give the Buckeyes a good game?
I do. Yeah. I think Ohio State could have their hands full today. It's a rivalry game, and it's in the big house, in the snow.
Yeah. The funny thing is, until this year, with that restructured, expanded Big Ten, didn't the Hoosiers and the Buckeyes play almost every year before this?
Yeah, pretty much so, but that has changed.
George, from that standpoint, I just don't like this, There's too many teams in these conferences anymore. But I do want a couple of things. I do want to say something about Pitt basketball. What a game Pitt played.
That was a nice win for them, but it doesn't take the stench out of my nostrils losing at home to Quinnipiac.
No, okay. It doesn't. But I heard last night that Pitt has a non-conference game upcoming against Villanova.
They do, at Villanova. Yeah. But let me caution you on this. I've watched Villanova play a couple of times. It's not Jay Wright's Villanova. Villanova doesn't look like Villanova.
Let's see. It was where Harold Neptune was over there for.
Yeah,
who's over there now?
But it doesn't look like the Jay Wright coach Villanova teams.
Jay Wright. Be it Zashevsky and Izzo. Jay Wright is, he's in the top 3 coaches. He was in the top 3 coaches in the country. I know one thing Jay Wright is. He was the best dressed coach in the country.
Yep, he was. He was a fashion play. Last thing, Charlie, I got to get a break in. What's the last thing you wanted to tell me?
I just wanted to say, Sidney Crosby continues to just astound people.
Oh yeah, and we have been so blessed as Pittsburgh hockey fans. Look at the guys we've got to watch play, and Crosby's one of those guys. Unbelievable. Yeah. You take care, Charles.
We'll do. We'll get you. We'll get you on Army Navy Day on the 13th.
Right. I won't be here next week.
Enjoy the week off or whatever, and we'll get you on the 13th. Thanks, George. Bye bye.
Bye bye. And that frees up a phone line. We're going to get to a phone call here directly, but I got to get a break in. Back with more on the Sports Line right after this.
Watch The Catholic Accent this Sunday morning at 11:30 on WPXI. As we begin the season of Advent and prepare our hearts for the light of the world, learn why we celebrate this season as we move toward Christmas, and how your family can participate in this season of hope. Discover what we know about Mary, the Mother of Christ, her role in the Nativity, her travels across the diocese, and how she continues to care for those in need during this season of hope. Tune into The Catholic Accent this Sunday morning at 11:30 on WPXI.
Unwrap faster internet this holiday season with Armstrong. Give yourself the gift of whole home internet with enhanced Wi-Fi, powered by our advanced fiber network. Plus, with our self-installation kit, you can get up and running as soon as same day. Don't wait till the last minute. Visit ArmstrongOneWire.com and treat yourself to a gift that lasts all year. Internet you can count on, the people you trust. That's Armstrong.
Find more snuggle time this winter and be prepared for the cold with the help of First Federal Savings and Loan Association of Greene County. With a home improvement loan, a home equity loan, or home equity line of credit, you can finally upgrade that old furnace, take care of that leaking roof, or replace those outdated floors. Keep the cold out and the warm and cozy in your home this winter. Visit a loan officer today or apply online at ffgc.bank. First Federal Savings and Loan Association of Greene County, member FDIC, equal housing lender, NMLS number 458729.
Hey love, I'm Tiffany from Tiffany Smith Fine Art Studios, serving up confidence boosts in Periopolis in our brand new luxury studio in downtown Pittsburgh. I'm not just here to take your picture, I'm here to help you remember who you are. Whether it's been a wild few years or you're just feeling a little blah, this is your permission slip to feel powerful again. You'll laugh, maybe cry, and leave feeling like that girl. Book your experience at TiffanySmithFineArtStudios.com because you deserve to be seen.
Chris Parker Jr., it's the holiday season, time for giving thanks, and the most wonderful time of the year as we go over the river and through the woods.
0% financing for 60 months on all new 25 and 26 Tucsons and Santa Fe's is really something to be thankful for.
I'm listening.
0% for 60 months, and the Hyundai Getaway Sales Event make it the perfect time to travel to family gatherings in these capable SUVs. Like the Santa Fe with third row seating for up to 7 passengers, and 0% financing for 60 months. Or up to $4,500 HMF bonus cash.
Tell me more.
We still have a great selection of new 25s at pre-tariff prices, plus Black Friday specials with employee pricing all month long.
And every new Hyundai purchase includes Hyundai Assurance, America's best warranty with 10-year, 100,000-mile limited powertrain protection and 3-year free complimentary maintenance. Autoland Hyundai, downtown Uniontown, or online at AutolandHyundai.com.
And you always pay less to drive the best at Autoland Hyundai.
Laurel Highlands Wealth Advisory Group of Janie Montgomery Scott in Uniontown is a proud sponsor of Sportsline. When you work with Janie, it's about going beyond investing. It's about connecting your life and your finances in a way that makes sense for you. The team partners with you through each stage of life to help you set and reach your financial goals. To learn more about the Laurel Highlands Wealth Advisory Group at Janie, be sure to check out their website at www.lhwag.com. Laurel Highlands Wealth Advisory Group of Janie Montgomery Scott, LLC, member FINRA, NYSE, SIPC.
Casey's Sports Cafe, located at 243 South Mount Vernon Avenue in Uniontown and owned by the Vernon family, wants you to know they have new hours. Monday and Friday from 7 to 3, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday 7 to 7, and Saturday and Sunday 7 to 2. Come on into Casey's and check out their new menu ideas and entrees. They can also cater your next event. Whether it's breakfast, lunch, or dinner, Casey's is the place to eat. Call 724-550-4126. Casey's, the best in Fayette County.
Hi, this is Penguins broadcaster Phil Bork, and you're listening to the Sportsline with George Von Benko on WMBS.
And welcome back to the Sportsline. Moving down the home stretch here in hour number 1, continuing in the open line mode. If you'd like to jump in, pick up the phone, dial the WVU Medicine Uniontown Hospital talk line, 724-438-4593. That's the number. Let's go back to the phone lines. Take another call. Good morning. You're on the Sportsline.
Good morning, George.
Good morning.
This is Mark from Republic calling.
How are things out in Republic?
Well, been first light now, George, and I haven't heard a gunshot yet.
Well, that's good. Did you have a good Thanksgiving?
Oh, great. Just all I had to do was bring the white and red wine. That's all.
Oh, you got off easy, and a good turkey and everything. I'm glad to hear it.
Right. Yeah. Hey, George, I was so disappointed last week. With Mason Rudolph, I'm so glad him get another start. I was 8 years in the pros, I was kind of hoping to have a breakout game and start turning to maybe a Bob Grease and start reeling off some victories for the Steelers,
Well, I don't think the loss can be pinned on him. I really don't.
Yeah, I know.
I really think that there were some mistakes that were made. And one of the biggest things was schematically what they were doing a couple times, giving up that field goal right before halftime. Was huge. They had them in a 3rd down and 5. And I looked after the game at the defensive alignment on that 3rd and 5. They were giving them a 10-yard cushion. They gave them a first down. You can't play that way. You can't do that. Then on the goal line for the go-ahead touchdown, they're against one of the top rushing teams in the National Football League, and they're playing in a nickel with 5 defensive backs and only 2 defensive linemen. Invited them to run the football, which they did, and the guy wasn't even touched. What is going on?
I guess that's our defensive-minded coach, I guess.
I mean, it just, and then I was really upset after the game. They get downfield on that last drive. He tells the media that he never even considered using Boswell to kick a field goal. Now, I realize it may have been 63 or 64 yards. Boswell's already kicked one from 60 this year. And I think I would much rather roll the dice on that. Either way, you're going to lose the game. I think I'd much rather roll the dice on one of the best kickers in football taking a shot at it. He never even considered it.
Hey, also, didn't what was that? Mason got that running first down.
Well, that was they were lined up improperly. They didn't have the tackle covered up. And if you watch some film after the game, Aaron Rodgers knew it on the sideline. He saw it. He was yelling. They were lined up wrong.
Well, I don't understand. I mean, most of these, pros. I mean, they went to college, right? I mean, they count what, seven?
You see that happen 3 or 4 times a week in the NFL.
Oh man, yeah.
Well, but that was you're right. That was a big play. He ran 25 yards, and they lost that.
Yeah, they lost it. Hey, George, what about next year's draft? Who do you like Steelers picking for a quarterback?
Well, I'm not even going to go there right now because there's so much going on with the quarterbacks right now. I want to see a little bit more. Some of the guys have underperformed that I liked, and then there's other guys that I love the guy at Indiana. Is that a guy they would consider? Mendoza's played well. There's several guys around, and there's other guys that. Everybody was talking about Arch Manning. Well, he's been mensa, although he had a great game yesterday as they upset Texas Tech. Not Texas Tech, but Texas A&M.
But I mean, there's a heck of a heritage, football heritage there. That's
but I want to see a little bit more with some of these guys, and we're coming into the playoffs, and you'll really get to see how they perform under pressure when the playoff games come.
Yeah. Okay, that's all I got for today, George. I always do is go Pitt. That's all I got to say.
All right. I appreciate the phone call. You take care.
Right, George.
Right, bye-bye. And that about puts a capper on hour number 1. We have another full hour of sports talk coming up after the news here at the top of the hour, so keep that dial right where it is. We'll have our Steeler interviews with Troy Faltano and TJ Watt that I do every week. Some great NFL talk coming up at 11:30 with my good buddy Bill Werndell from the Philadelphia area, talking about all things NFL and what a wacky NFL season it has been from week to week. Bill Werndell will join me at 11:30, and hopefully more of your phone calls in hour number 2 as well. And while I have a moment, I do want to mention watch party tomorrow. I'll be at the River's Edge in Connellsville for the Steelers and Bills. I'll be there starting 3:45. Kickoff is 4:25 at the River's Edge in Connellsville for the watch party. And I'm not on the air. I want to remind everybody I am not on the air next week. I'm preempted. So I'm going to give a plug for next week. I'll be doing a watch party for one of the biggest games of the year, Steelers-Ravens, next Sunday at Bud Murphy's in Connellsville. I'll be there at about 12:15. Kickoff is 1 o'clock for that game. So watch parties in Connellsville tomorrow at the River's Edge for the Bills game, and then next Sunday at Bud Murphy's for the Steelers and Ravens. Hope to see you. Stop by and say hello. And we've got a big day in college football coming up. We'll be joining Pitt, Miami, right at the end of this show. Other local teams in action today. Penn State at 5-6 playing Rutgers today. 5-6 Penn State trying to see if they can get bowl eligible. That's a 3:30 kick. And then number 5 Texas Tech with a huge game for them at West Virginia this afternoon. Noontime kickoff. The Mountaineers are 4-7. They would love nothing better than to pull off an upset against the Red Raiders, but Texas Tech is really, really good, and the Mountaineers are going to have their hands full. We did mention the thrilling Pitt win last night in basketball on a 3-pointer at the buzzer by DeMarco Minor. Second year in a row that Pitt has beaten Ohio State with a buzzer beater 3. In overtime last year and in regulation this year, Pitt wins last night at the Peterson Event Center over Ohio State, 67-66. Big win for the Panthers after couple of disappointing performances over the past few weeks. All right. That puts a capper on this hour of the Sportsline on WMBS, brought to you by my good friend Tom Vernon and KC Sports Cafe, 243 South Mount Vernon Avenue in Uniontown, offering good, affordable food with pickup and delivery options, voted best in Fayette breakfast, lunch spot, and all-around restaurant. Also brought to you by the Firestone Insurance Agency in Normalville and by Bogies at Duck Hollow, now under new management, serving lunches and dinners Monday through Saturday from 12 to 9, Sunday from 12 to 5. Phone 724-439-2150 for Bogies Restaurant at Duck Hollow Golf Course. The news is coming your way next from the CBS Radio Network, right here on your local station, 590 AM and 101.1 FM, WMBS, Uniontown, Pennsylvania.
This is CBS News on the Hour, sponsored by O'Reilly Auto Parts.
I'm Heather Bosch. Investigators are poring over electronics seized from the home of an Afghan national who's accused of shooting 2 National Guard members, killing one outside the White House this week. CBS's Nicole Skanga.
Intelligence analysts are combing through the suspect's digital footprint for any signs of foreign influence or radicalization. So far, sources tell CBS News there have been no confirmed links to extremist networks. The suspect remains in the hospital on a ventilator, which is creating challenges for investigators trying to probe him for information.
In light of the shooting, the Trump administration's crackdown on immigration has intensified. CBS's Weijia Jiang.
President Trump has announced new policy proposals to curb immigration, even threatening to expel migrants who are already here in the United States, who are not a, quote, net asset to the country.
President Trump says he wants to permanently pause migration from poorer nations, and he's ordering a full review of the green cards for every immigrant from 19 countries. Northwestern University is bowing to pressure from the Trump administration. CBS's Stacey Lynn explains.
The university will pay $75 million to the federal government over the next 3 years to end an anti-Semitism investigation. The Trump administration had frozen $790 million in federal funds in April, accusing the school of fostering anti-Semitism on campus. As part of the deal, those funds will now be restored.
Initial Black Friday numbers are in. Shoppers spent a record $11.8 billion online. Vivek Pandir with Adobe.
Black Friday sales were up 9.1% year on year. So really good momentum for Black Friday and really indicative of this Cyber 5 period of Thanksgiving to Cyber Monday, which is very crucial for retailers. We're anticipating about $44 billion will be spent across those 5 days.
The National Retail Federation says holiday sales November and December could top $1 trillion. A major winter storm is taking shape as the holiday travel weekend enters the home stretch. Meteorologist John Elliott.
It's going to snow all day in Chicago. Then it heads into Indianapolis, Detroit, down into Cleveland as well. Big area low pressure. Then it's going to migrate into a storm on Tuesday. But Sunday is still wet already for parts of New England.
In Istanbul, Pope Leo met with Christian leaders to emphasize unity among the faithful. He also visited the Blue Mosque, quietly touring the 17th century place of worship. After leaving Turkey, the Pope heads to Lebanon. This is CBS News.
Think O'Reilly Auto Parts for all your car care needs. Get the parts and service you need fast from the professional parts people at O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Route 21 Furniture. Take the road to your perfect home.
Sleep well tonight. Try out a new mattress from Route 21 Furniture with a large selection of mattresses, all sizes and comfort levels, with great prices, free local delivery and setup, and financing options. Route 21 Furniture. Open weekdays 9 to 5, Saturday 10 to 5, Sunday noon to 4. 724-737-2222 or Route21Furniture.com.
Route 21 Furniture. Take the road to your perfect home.
Ready to score big on your next home? Well, great news. Huge savings are waiting for you at Clayton Homes of Bell Vernon. From open floor plans perfect for game day parties to energy-efficient homes that will help you save money all season long, these homes are built to deliver. Don't wait on the sidelines. Make the winning play today and find the home that fits your family and lifestyle. Visit Clayton Homes of Bell Vernon at 4500 Route 51.
A UK charity is giving people with dementia a voice through song. CBS's Vicki Barker reports.
This is a single from a new album called Murmuration. All 9 tracks on it were written and performed by people living with dementia and their carers. It was recorded at the prestigious Glyndebourne Opera House with support from the Royal Academy of Music and other arts and dementia groups. Raise Your Voice, the charity behind this year-long effort, says the process has helped unlock old memories and bring new joy to everyone involved. Vicki Barker, CBS News, London.
A pet dog has been honored at a ceremony in London. Adam and Hannah Cook are convinced their 4-year-old golden retriever Polly saved Adam's life. The dog started barking when Adam stopped breathing. He had gone into cardiac arrest. Hannah was able to give Adam CPR until an ambulance arrived. He woke up 6 days later and has since made a full recovery. I'm Heather Bosch, CBS News.
Point Hill Living Care Home is an all-new personal care home conveniently located in Point Marion and is now accepting new residents. Point Hill Living is committed to providing comfort and support while allowing residents to maintain their independence and enhance their quality of life. With a dedicated staff and experienced advanced care team, Point Hill Living offers fully customized care plans for all residents, while also ensuring a sense of community and engagement, making Point Hill feel like home. Multiple care levels are available, from basic plans to fully customized and enhanced plans, including options for medical monitoring and full-time dedicated assistance. If you are looking for a high-quality care home close to home, look no further than Point Hill Living Care Home at 300 Union Street in Point Marion. Call them today at 724-725-5533 to learn more, or visit them at pointhillliving.com. Point Hill Living Care Home, where our residents are family. At this season of gratitude, heartfelt thanks go out to every customer and community member for once again voting Economy Furnace the best in Fayette 3 years in a row. This recognition is more than an award. It reflects the trust, loyalty, and support shown by those who continue to choose and recommend Economy Furnace. Each service call, installation, and conversation has built lasting relationships that make our community stronger. Economy is proud to partner with Amana, also known for excellence, and Economy is also excited to offer 0% financing and other low financing options. The dedication to providing reliable comfort and quality workmanship is inspired by the confidence placed in Economy Furnace year after year. This Thanksgiving, appreciation extends to everyone that has made this achievement possible. The Economy Furnace teams wishes each of you a blessed time of Thanksgiving. We are certainly thankful for you.
For economy, price, and quality service, call Economy Furnace.
Wow, your dog looks beautiful. We went to Mutt's on Market Street, the dog grooming salon in downtown Brownsville. Samantha, the owner, has over 10 years dog grooming experience. They work with any dog, any breed, any size.
Didn't it cost a fortune?
No, the prices are great. They offer a full line of grooming and other services.
The holidays are here, so treat your furry friends to a fresh holiday grooming at Mutt's on Market Street. And don't forget your feline friends. Mutt's on Market Street now offers cat grooming. Get your pets holiday ready at Mutt's on Market Street in downtown Brownsville. Visit them on Facebook for details. Cooler temperatures may be on the way, but you could still enjoy your deck or patio with retractable or fixed awnings from Lifetime Awnings. Made in the USA with manufacturers and customer guarantees, Lifetime Awnings products last. Lifetime Awnings is veteran-owned and operated with a 10% discount to all military veterans and their families. Call Lifetime Awnings 724-554-6067 for a no-cost or obligation home consultation. Or email John, the owner, at lifetimeawningsusa@gmail.com.
Are you looking to list or sell your house? Now is the time to let the professionals at Caldwell Banker Laurel Ridge Realty help you with all of your real estate needs. Caldwell Banker Laurel Ridge Realty has 2 convenient locations to better serve you. In Uniontown area, 724-437-7100, or in Connellsville area, 724-628-7200, and speak with one of our real estate professionals. Visit our website, caldwellbanker.com. We have been proudly serving Western Pennsylvania area for over 30 years and look forward to helping you with all of your real estate needs. Broker Paul Borch Jr.
Looking for a fireplace? Koval Building Supply at 40 Monroe Avenue in Uniontown is more than your plumbing supply store. We specialize in fireplaces of all fuel types, such as gas, wood, pellet, and electric. We're now featuring Harmon pellet stoves from Forge and Flame, perfect for keeping your family warm and cozy. Call Koval today at 724-437-8824 or visit kovalsupply.com to start planning for the winter season. Koval Building Supply, everything you need to make your house feel like home.
Your local station, WMBS.
Welcome back on board for hour number 2 of the Sportsline, being brought to you this morning by my good friend Tom Vernon and KC Sports Cafe, located right here on South Mount Vernon Avenue in Uniontown, the Firestone Insurance Agency in Normalville, and by Bogies at Duck Hollow. Now under new management, serving lunches and dinners Monday through Saturday from 12 to 9, Sunday from 12 to 5. Phone 724-439-2150, located at 374 Duck Hollow Road in Uniontown. George Von Benko with you as we forge ahead into hour number 2. We continue in the open line mode. Your chance to get up on that soapbox and be heard. Anything and everything pertaining to the world of sports is fair game. And if you had some problems getting through an hour number 1, you should have no problems right now. I am gazing at a wide open board. Pick up your phone. Dial the WVU Medicine Uniontown Hospital talk line. 724-438-4593 is the number to call. Once again, 724-438-4593. That is your ticket to conversation. And as I said, you should have no problems getting through. We had lots of football talk in hour number 1. Steelers, Bills tomorrow, big game today at Acrisure Stadium for the Pitt Panthers, hosting 12th ranked Miami. Panthers still trying to forge a ticket into the ACC title game in Charlotte, but they need a win today over Miami. The other local schools in action as well. Penn State trying to get bowl eligible at Rutgers. West Virginia hosting Texas Tech in a noontime kickoff today, as well as some other big-time games around the country. At noon, number 1 Ohio State at number 15 Michigan. At 3:30, number 12 Vanderbilt at 18th rated Tennessee. I already mentioned Miami and Pitt, Texas Tech at West Virginia. LSU at number 8 Oklahoma. That's a 3:30 kick. Big game as far as the Pitt Panthers are concerned. They'll be watching what Virginia does. Number 17 Virginia playing host to Virginia Tech in the ACC, 7 o'clock tonight. A big rivalry game, UCLA, number 19 Southern Cal, 7:30 tonight. The Iron Bowl tonight at 7:30 with number 10 Alabama at Auburn. That has implications as well. Another game Pitt will be keeping an eye on, number 25 SMU, which could block the Panthers' road to the ACC title game, is at California tonight for an 8 o'clock kickoff. So big games all over the place in college football today. Love to hear from you. Do come ahead with your questions and comments. That number again, Uniontown Hospital, WVU Medicine talk line, WVU Medicine Uniontown Hospital talk line, 724-438-4593. Give us a call, 724-438-4593. Steelers got a break on Thanksgiving. The Bengals, with Joe Burrow back at the helm, go into Baltimore and beat the Ravens. So Pittsburgh remains a half game in front in the AFC North. They have the Bills, 4:25 kickoff tomorrow, Acrisure Stadium. Big game for both teams. Buffalo has been struggling a little bit. It's an AFC game, which means something in the tiebreakers. Both teams really looking to try and come out of that game with a victory and try and solidify things in the wacky National Football League. As usual, I caught up with my 2 interviews that I do on Friday after practice at the Steelers, starting right tackle Troy Faltano, and, of course, the Steelers star outside linebacker T.J. Watt. Let's eavesdrop on my conversation with the Steelers' young right tackle, Troy Faltano. Troy, getting ready for the Bills on Sunday, coming off what is a really, really tough loss in Chicago. Game you guys very easily, with a couple of breaks here and there, could have won.
Yeah, being in a hostile environment, we for sure want those, especially when you get down to the kind of towards the end of the season and everyone counts, especially when you're competing for the division. Obviously frustrating, but we watched the film and we corrected things and we moved on. So
You know, it's really funny. I talked to a lot of people that played for the Steelers, a lot of coaches, Coach LeBeau, and they always used to tell me that games are decided, believe it or not, maybe 1 or 2 plays can determine a football game. People don't realize it's that close, the line, you know.
Yeah. Oh, 100%. Especially when they play a game of inches. Every play.
And it could be a lot of things. It could be a blown call. It could be a missed assignment. It could be a penalty. You know.
Yeah. I mean, looking back at it, it's easy to kind of blame, especially towards the end of games, one play where somebody messed up or somebody didn't make a play. But there's so many things that go into it. Like there's 70 other plays that we could have taken advantage of and scored some points, but we didn't, and obviously we lost. So just got to continue to play every snap like it's the last, and play every snap like it counts, because it does.
Coming down the stretch like this, everybody's a little dinged up. It's that time of the year. All guys have nagging injuries. Some guys are playing without different play. You're going to be losing the other guy on the other side, Broderick, and it's going to be tough to replace him. And you've always talked to me about the next man up mentality. You guys have that confidence.
100%, especially when you got vets in the room like AP, Andrew Pete, and Calvin Anderson, guys that can step in and fill that role for us and do a good job at that. So we have all confidence in every single guy in that room. That's why they're in there. And obviously not good that Brod's down this week, but we got to move on, and we got to continue to prepare, because I know the Bills are.
Yeah. Looking at what that will do to you, too, does that change the package you guys, when you use a jumbo package, when you have the bigger guys in there, you used to bring it, does that change some things, or can you still do that with different personnel?
I don't think it changed anything. I mean, we'll have to find out and see what we come out with, but and what coach decides to run, but I don't think it changes significantly, because like I said before, we've got the guys that can fill in and do that job. So
what have you seen from the Bills? They've been struggling a little bit defensively. I mean, when you talk about Buffalo, you always hear about Josh Allen and the offense, but they've been struggling a little bit defensively. Hopefully, there's some things you guys can take advantage of.
Yeah. Tierney, they're obviously missing a big piece with Oliver being out, but have the talent inside.
They're missing a linebacker too, I think.
Yeah. I don't know if he's playing enough, but we're just going to prepare like he would be. And obviously on the edge, they've got Bosa, Greg Rousseau, and Vanessa. Really, 3 really good guys that can do the job. And we just got to bring our A-game, man. Obviously, it's going to be a dogfight out there. So.
Right. They still hadn't made a decision at quarterback, although I did see Aaron out there a lot today. Hopefully he'll be able to go, but if not, you still got Mason, and you guys have the utmost confidence in him, too.
Yeah, 100% going into that game and even leaving the game. He played his ass off, and props to him for stepping up in that way. Whoever gets the green light, we're going to protect them like he's a starting quarterback, backup, whatever it is. So,
final question for you. I'm talking to some people on my talk show, and the nature of the NFL. Sometimes it's so frustrating. You guys can play so well one week, and then things go wrong the next week, but you look around the league, and it's hard to make sense of some of the things that are going on.
Yeah, that's the one thing that we can't do. That'll hurt us if we do is if we ride the wave. We got to continue to stay level-headed and just even keel throughout the whole thing. And if you listen to people when they're talking good about you, and you take all that in, and your head blows up, you're gonna listen to them when they're talking bad about you. It's a battle that we all have to fight, especially in this day and age with phones and social media and all that type of stuff. But I think this team does a really good job of keeping that outside noise on the outside and just focusing on what we got in here. So,
Troy, as always, I thank you for the time. Best of luck against the Bills.
Sir, thank you so much.
And by the way, I hope you had a great Thanksgiving.
I did. I hope you as well. Sir.
Troy Faltano, starting right tackle, who's really been playing some good football for the Steelers. Big game with the Bills. By the way, when I did that interview, they had not made the official announcement yet that Aaron Rodgers was going to start. He will be at quarterback for the Steelers on Sunday when they play host to the Buffalo Bills. Lines are open. Open line sports talk. Time to jump into the conversation if you so desire. Love to hear from you on a variety of subjects. Pick up the phone and call the WVU Medicine Uniontown Hospital talk line. That number, 724-438-4593. Once again, 724-438-4593. That's the number to call. We've talked a lot of pro football, talked some college football. Nice win by the Penguins. Down 3-1. They come back and win in overtime. First time that they finally get a non-regulation win. And they beat the Columbus Blue Jackets last night 4-3 in overtime. They're in action again tonight. The Pens are hosting the Toronto Maple Leafs, the struggling Toronto Maple Leafs, coming into PPG Paints Arena. Toronto is 10-11-3. The Pens are 12-6-5 as Toronto comes in to face the Penguins tonight in Pittsburgh. So some hockey talk as well. Big day in college football. Steelers-Bills coming up on Sunday. We can get into that as well. And the lines are open if you would like to join the conversation. 724-438-4593. That is the WVU Medicine Uniontown Hospital talk line. In high school football, we're into the semifinals in the PIAA, and some teams from the West are still live there. I'm going to be doing some high school talk maybe not next week because I'm preempted next week, but the following week I might get into some high school basketball talk and recap what happened in the football playoffs as well. And I may reach out to my good friend, the sports editor, a longtime sports editor, now emeritus, still working for the Pittsburgh Post-Gazette. I'm talking about Mike White, try and get him on and talk about the high school football playoffs and the start of the high school basketball season. As I mentioned, every Friday I go down to the Steelers and I have two conversations, one with an offensive player, one with a defensive player. We played the interview with Steelers starting right tackle Troy Faltano a little bit earlier. Let's listen in on my conversation, my weekly conversation with Steelers star outside linebacker, TJ Watt. TJ, moving through the season, tough loss in Chicago. Game you guys could have won. Some things didn't go right, but you don't have time to dwell on it very long because you've got a big game coming up against the Bills.
Big game this week, not just because it's national, but it's AFC. There's obviously playoff implications with it all. Didn't put together a performance that we were really proud of last week, so it's an opportunity to bounce back.
Looking at that game, some things just didn't go right. I really thought, and this is how the NFL is, they were without their linebackers and some other things. I said, well, this might be a game that, but it doesn't work that way sometimes in the NFL. You still got to play the game.
No, there's a lot of parity in the NFL. I think this year more than ever, the fans are seeing that, and that's why it's the best league in the world. And everybody's paid. Everybody's in meetings. Everybody practices and studies like they're the starter each and every week, and that's why you see the next man up mentality across the league. And you can't take any opponent lightly just because they don't have a couple starters on the game day roster.
You mentioned what's going on, and I'm amazed from week to week. Just look what happened yesterday, and actually it benefited you guys a little bit. You know, a team like Cincinnati, which has gone through a really rough season, rising up and beating Baltimore and keeping them from taking over first place. But that's happening week in and week out. And you've told me that before. Other people have said it to me before. You just don't know.
Yeah, you just got to keep your head down and keep working and putting together good days throughout the week. And you just can't wish for good performances. You have to make them happen throughout the week. And I felt really good about the week that we've had so far.
I mentioned we were looking at the Bears and I thought it might be an easier test than it was. I'm looking at the Bills and news comes out today. it was actually announced earlier in the week, they're going to be without their 2 starting offensive tackles, which might make things a little bit easier, but there's still a lot of other things to worry about, particularly that guy playing quarterback.
Absolutely. I mean, they run the ball really well, too. Obviously, you always have to stop the run. They've known those guys are going to be out throughout the week, so they can obviously schematically try to do some things differently. But at the end of the day, we need to play our best football. It's about what we do.
Talk a little bit about Allen. He's a pretty special cat. He really is. He does a lot of things.
Yeah, he's league MVP for a reason. Makes those around him better. Not to say they're not talented. They're plenty talented across the board, but he gets the ball to his playmakers. He can make a lot of plays through the air on the run.
And he can really hurt you with his legs, too.
Yeah, he's just a good player.
Yeah. Plus, the other thing about him, for a quarterback, he's a big guy. He's a big quarterback.
Yeah, he is. A guy you gotta get down, man. You got to tackle the football. You got to try to not rough the passer, obviously, if you get to him, but also get him down. So it's a tough challenge.
You mentioned schematically they may be able to do some things because they've known about those 2 tackles being out for a while. We've heard a lot about schemes the past week, different things like that. Your preparation, do you feel good about your preparation and what you guys are doing scheme-wise, or how do you feel about your preparation?
I feel good. I feel like it's been a good week, but it doesn't matter if you don't perform on Sunday. So
you still got to go out and do it.
Absolutely.
Big key, like we always say, stop the run first and see where it goes after that. But you want to try and make them one-dimensional. You try to do that every week.
Absolutely. You need to get back to playing Steeler defense.
And before I let you go, we touched on the running back a little bit. He's pretty special, too. He can do some things.
Yeah, he's a special player. Just got paid this offseason. Obviously, he's done some really highlight-like plays, and we just need to do our best job to keep them bottled up, make them as one-dimensional as possible.
TJ, as always, I appreciate the time. I hope you had a great Thanksgiving, you and your family.
Thank you. Happy Thanksgiving to you, too. It's a sweet jacket.
Thank you. And the comment about the jacket, trying to maybe fire some people up, I was wearing a Super Bowl jacket from the Steelers' last win in the Super Bowl in Tampa. That was when Harrison had the 100-yard interception return. They beat the Cardinals, and TJ and some of the other players sort of like the jacket. Hopefully it fires them up a little bit because that is the ultimate goal to try and get to a Super Bowl. But first things first, the Bills on Sunday. We're going to get a break in. And then we're really going to delve into what has been a wacky season in the National Football League. We're going to get a break in, and then I'll be joined by my good buddy from over in the Philadelphia area, a longtime broadcaster, Bill Werndell, will join me to talk all things NFL here on the Sportsline right after this.
You can go to Big Box Medical Office.
Now serving number 3,943.
Or
Hi, come on in. How are you?
For personal, professional health care you can trust, see Dr. Paul Hardley and nurse practitioners Tara Bozek, Jessica Reckhart, and Stacy Morris, proudly serving our community for over 30 years. Need care today? Walk-ins are always welcome. For your primary care, call Dr. Paul Hartley at 724-437-1109 or visit ppcp.org. Or
serving number 3,940.
Laurel Highlands Wealth Advisory Group of Janie Montgomery Scott in Uniontown is a proud sponsor of Sportsline. When you work with Janie, it's about going beyond investing. It's about connecting your life and your finances in a way that makes sense for you. The team partners with you through each stage of life to help you set and reach your financial goals. To learn more about the Laurel Highlands Wealth Advisory Group at Janie, be sure to check out their website at www.lhwag.com. Laurel Highlands Wealth Advisory Group of Janie Montgomery Scott, LLC, member FINRA, NYSE, SIPC.
Chris Parker Jr., it's the holiday season, time for giving thanks, and the most wonderful time of the year as we go over the river and through the woods.
0% financing for 60 months on all new 25 and 26 Tucsons and Santa Fe's is really something to be thankful for.
I'm listening.
0% for 60 months, and the Hyundai Getaway Sales Event make it the perfect time to travel to family gatherings in these capable SUVs. Like the Santa Fe with third row seating for up to 7 passengers, and 0% financing for 60 months, or up to $4,500 HMF bonus cash.
Tell me more.
We still have a great selection of new 25s at pre-tariff prices, plus Black Friday specials with employee pricing all month long.
And every new Hyundai purchase includes Hyundai Assurance, America's Best warranty with 10-year, 100,000-mile limited powertrain protection and 3-year free complimentary maintenance. Autoland Hyundai, downtown Uniontown, or online at AutolandHyundai.com.
And you always pay less to drive the best at Autoland Hyundai.
NovaCare Rehabilitation in Uniontown is accessible for all of your recovery needs. New at NovaCare is pelvic floor physical therapy, a specialized program to treat patients with pelvic floor dysfunction related to bladder, bowel, sexual function, and pregnancy postpartum. These issues can affect both women and men and include urinary frequency, urgency and incontinence, pelvic pain, constipation, IBS, menopause, painful periods, and more. Call 724-437-0556 for an appointment in Uniontown. Personalize your care with NovaCare. In 1986, the Firestone Insurance Agency in Normalville was started with a promise to provide clients with truthful, friendly, and courteous service. It worked. With an expanded client base, the Firestone Insurance Agency's customers are now able to choose from over 20 well-known insurance companies. So whether it be auto, home, business, or life, Firestone has you covered, and the promise to provide truthful, friendly, and courteous service is still in place. As an independent insurance agency, the Firestone Insurance Agency works for you. They do the shopping for you to save you time and a bunch of needless phone calls. Because let's face it, no one loves to shop for insurance. Call the office at 724-455-3900 or visit firestoneinsurance.net. Can't make it to Normalville? Let the Firestone Insurance Agency bring service right to your kitchen table. The Firestone Insurance Agency, 724-455-3900 or firestoneinsurance.net. Doing what is right for the customer, finding the most affordable rates while making sure there are no coverage gaps so you are fully protected from the unforeseen.
Oak Pizza in downtown Uniontown is your one-stop shop for the most unique pizzas in the region. From the masterminds behind the Fat Angelo's franchise, Oak Pizza is the laboratory where the Fat Angelo's food scientists test their creations and let you be the judge. With traditional favorites like pepperoni and buffalo chicken pizzas to more experimental offerings like the sesame seed-infused Mad Pie or the spicy chicken pickle pizza, Oak has you covered. Order today at oakpizzas.com or by calling 724-439-5805. Your taste buds will thank you.
This is Pittsburgh Steelers Hall of Famer Coach Dick LeBeau. You're listening to the Sportsline with George Von Benko on WMBS.
And welcome back to the Sports Line. The NFL has been about as wacky as I have seen it in recent years. Parody is running rampant, surprise scores and results each and every week. And here to try and make sense of what is happening in the National Football League, my good friend, Bill Werndell from over in the Philadelphia area, longtime Philly broadcaster, had some time out in San Diego, formerly with Our Lad's Guide to the NFL, a great draft publication. That's where I first met him. Billy, try and make sense out of this. And you saw it firsthand yesterday. The Bears come into Franklin Field, Lincoln Financial Field, and beat the Eagles.
Maybe they should have played at Franklin Field. That might have been a better venue.
Yeah,
but,
they could have used Sonny Jurgensen.
Right. You look at the NFL. Wasn't this the grand scheme of Pete Rozelle to have parity? Every team competing in the month of December for a playoff spot. Of course, Pete didn't see the expanded playoff. He had passed away before that happened. But you just look at it. Look at every division. Every division has at least 3 teams competing for a berth in the playoffs. I mean, is there a dominant team in the NFL? Is there one team you'd say, oh, the Rams are the dominant? Nah, I don't think so. Oh, the Seattle Seahawks, are they a dominant team? Yeah, they're a good team. But are they dominant? You look over the years that we've been following football, the Lombardi Packers of the 60s, all right? Then you had the Steelers of the 70s. Then the Washington Redskins in the 80s. And the 49ers and the Cowboys in the 90s. And you don't have that anymore. You don't have that one dominant team you'd say, hey, we want to knock that guy out of the box. Everybody said, well, Kansas City. To a certain extent, Kansas City was that team the last few years, but not the dominance that we saw with the Lombardi Packers, the Steelers, Iron Curtain. There isn't one dominant team in the NFL.
No, I mean, you've got several good teams, but the thing about every one of those good teams, I can look at all of them and see flaws. Every single one of them.
Absolutely. Everyone has a wart. I mean, you look at the LA Rams, for example. All right? Very good offensive team. And they've put together a pretty solid defense. But they're doing it with three of their starters on IR. Havenstein, Higbee, and another player. They're on IR. I mean, it's just amazing that the Rams are atop the NFC right now. But I don't think the Rams are a team. Can they keep Stafford upright for the Super Bowl run? Remember, going into the season, there was a lot of question whether Matthew Stafford would play this year.
Well,
Remember,
he was having all sorts of back issues and everything else like that. And to his credit, I'll give him credit. He has played exceedingly well. But I always,
he's the MVP in my.
That's the funny thing about it, Bill. I had people give me stuff about Stafford over the years. They didn't think it. Matthew Stafford has always been a good quarterback. He didn't have much help when he was playing in Detroit.
No, absolutely not. Yeah. But now they surround with Puka Nacua, Devontae Adams, and they have a good running attack. And they're able to play solid defense. But are they a team that you'd say, hey, they're almost unstoppable? No. Then you have Seattle that's played very, very well over second-year coach Mike McDonald. It's just amazing how the landscape of the NFL, everybody thought, well, the Ravens will just run away with the AFC North. Look what happened to them the other night against the Bengals. Bengals who couldn't stop me or you.
Well, it's amazing because 6 weeks ago, there were people telling me on the show that the Steelers with a 4-game lead were a lock to win the division. Boy, how things have changed. They're lucky to be in first place. They needed Cincinnati to go into Baltimore to keep them in first place.
Right, exactly right. And you just look at it, top to bottom. How many teams are out of the actual race for a playoff spot? Maybe the Tennessee Titans?
Yeah.
Tennessee. Maybe the Las Vegas Raiders? But not many.
No.
You got 32 teams in the NFL. I would say at least 27 or 28 have a shot at the playoffs right now.
Which is what they wanted. As you said, that was the plan all along, right?
Right. They would love, the NFL would love every team to be 9-8 every year.
Don't say that to Steeler fans. Please don't say that to Steeler fans.
Why is that, George?
Because they're so tired of, we haven't had a losing season. You also haven't won a playoff game in 8 years.
Right. But here's the deal. I mean, that's what they would love. That would be their great idea of, parity in the national football. It's not going to happen. But that's what they would love to see happen.
You know what's so wacky? I'll tell you what's so wacky. Looking at things, there's an outside possibility that the AFC North, Steelers play there with the Ravens and the Bengals, and you could be 8-9 and maybe win the AFC North.
Do you remember the year that Seattle got in the playoffs with a sub-500 record?
I do remember.
And New Orleans had to travel out to Seattle because they had won the division.
Yes.
Remember that?
I do remember that. Well, guess what?
Guess
what? The numbers, I don't think it's going to happen, but numerically, it could happen. A team could win the AFC North with an 8-9 record. Yeah.
Well, George, do you think it's fair for a sub-500 team to host a playoff game?
Well, that's the fallacy of the way they do things. I think when those things happen, there should be a contingency plan to make a different ruling on that. If that happens, a sub-500 team should never host. That should be written into the rules. Yeah.
Well, I agree with you, but that's a possibility.
That's what could possibly happen. In the meantime, the Steelers got a Joe Burrow-led Bengal win, and they're still in first place, and they have a huge game against the Bills at 4:25 on Sunday. And look at the Bills. Great offense, tremendous quarterback, but they can't stop you and me.
You know, George, you say tremendous quarterback. Is it time for Josh Allen to step up and be the guy that carries Buffalo into the Super Bowl? Everybody was saying Buffalo was the team to beat in the AFC. Right now, the team to beat in the AFC is the New England Patriots. Would you have thought that in August?
No, but I can make the same argument about, isn't it time that Lamar Jackson steps up and does something?
Absolutely. No question about it, George. No question about it. Both Allen and Lamar Jackson have been bridesmaids. And everybody said, well, it's Patrick Mahomes. Well, you got to find a way to beat Patrick Mahomes. I mean, the Eagles did it in the Super Bowl last year. But these clubs have had opportunities after opportunities to knock off Kansas City, and each one of them has fallen short. I'm talking about Buffalo and the Ravens.
I want you to clear up something because you can't always believe what you read online, especially these days, because there's so much misinformation out there. There was a story out of Philadelphia that the Eagles, following their loss to Dallas, had a team meeting, and the quarterback wasn't included. Is there anything to that? And my God, what does that say?
George, I have heard nothing about that. And people will call me. Now, I'm not down there like I used to be, but the thing is that would not happen.
That's almost unfathomable.
Yeah, again, George, these people throw out stories on the internet to get hits, and that's what really bothers me. These people are looking for a hit, so they'll make up stories. You know that as well as I do. It's not the business we knew 20, 30, 40 years ago. People make up things, put it on the internet, and you think it's the truth.
Right. But that being said, what's going on in Philly? And is there some unrest with the offense and Jalen Hurts and what's going on? The Eagles, they've had their share of problems so far this season.
No question about it. Everybody thought, hey, on paper, we got the Super Bowl team. You don't win a Super Bowl on paper. And remember, they lost Lane Johnson a couple of weeks ago. Mekhi Becton went to the Chargers in free agency. Their offensive line has been banged up. Barkley is not the same back he was a year ago. There's a lot of issues. And then the defense went to sleep in the last two games. Dallas, the Eagles had a 21-0 lead against Dallas, and they blew that. And the Bears came in and just ran it right down their throat. And I'm saying, wait a minute, this is the same defense 2 weeks prior held both Detroit and Green Bay in single digits. Is this really the same defense we saw 2 weeks prior to this total unraveling of the defense and the offense?
Well, you just encapsulated everything that's going on in the NFL there, because from week to week, I don't know what's going on. I really don't. From week to, the team that I cover on a regular basis, I honestly do not know what to expect from the Pittsburgh Steelers from week to week. They'll shut down one of the best running backs and a great offense in Indianapolis and look like Super Bowl champions, and then they'll turn around and look like they've never played football before.
It's amazing, isn't it, George? It's truly amazing how the pendulum swings. I mean, that did not happen with the great teams. They would cruise. You remember covering the Steelers. I mean, the Steelers might have a bad game here or there, but when Chuck Noll and the Steelers were the Iron Curtain and a great offensive team as well, They did not have this type of problem. It seems like it's a real problem in the NFL that consistency is out the window. You'll play 4 or 5 good games, and then you'll lay an egg for 2 or 3 games. That didn't happen with the great teams, did it?
No. Well, that gets back to our assertion. Maybe there are no great teams.
George, I'll make it very clear. As Richard Nixon would say, perfectly clear. There are no great teams in the NFL anymore because of salary cap, the whole deal. You have 32 picks in the first round or every round of the draft, with the exception of the compensatory pick after round 3. If you're picking in the back end of the draft, how can you sustain having a great team? Because you're not getting a first-round talent at 32 or 31. You're getting a second-round talent at 31 or 32. And I'm of the belief, if you're a Super Bowl caliber team, you have to trade up and try to get a premium pick every couple years.
Well, the draft is in Pittsburgh next year, and everybody's saying they have accumulated all these draft picks. Maybe that is what they need to do and get a franchise quarterback. Well, somebody asked me earlier, you follow what's going on because you look at the draft and the upcoming draft very carefully. They said, asked me a question, and I couldn't give them an answer because some of the quarterbacks in college have not performed as well as I thought they were going to perform. And then there's some other guys who have overachieved, I think. And they said, well, who would be your top pick at quarterback right now? I couldn't really give them an answer.
I'd take the kid from Indiana, Mendoza.
Well, I did mention him, Mendoza. Do you think he's for real?
The Simpson kid from Alabama, and don't underestimate Dante Moore from Oregon. Now, here's the other problem, George, that we're running into. That the big-time schools like Oregon and places like that, the inducement to stay in college for another year, it's not that they're getting meal money. They're getting a substantial amount of money to stay in school.
Well, somebody joked the other day they might have to take a pay cut to go to the pros.
You might be right about that, George. You might be right on point on that. Because absolutely, no question. I mean, I think the 2 wide receivers, now, the Jeremiah Smith, I don't think he's eligible for the draft. But in previous years, he might say, I'm going to petition the NFL, and I'm going to sue the NFL because they're not allowing me to earn a living, right? I don't think that happens because Jeremiah Smith is making a bundle of money at Ohio State, and so is Tate, the other wide receiver. So it makes no sense for the Smith to go to court and say, I want to petition, like Spencer Hayward did many, many years ago when he was playing at the University of Detroit.
The hardship rule.
I want to come out.
Yeah.
Hardship rule. No, that doesn't work.
And people forget.
There's no more hardship.
Yeah, people forget what a great player Spencer Hayward was. He was outstanding.
You know, George, you don't have a hardship rule anymore because you're a premium guy.
We have a hardship rule. Guys like us.
Yeah,
we have a hardship rule. But in any case, I want to talk about this was an interesting week, too. After that loss to the Bears, which doesn't quite look as bad for the Steelers as it did before because the Bears go into Philly and win. But many, many former Steelers, something you haven't seen before, Ben Roethlisberger, James Harrison, people like that, really throwing Mike Tomlin and the coaching staff under the bus, with the general consensus being the Steelers have talent, but what they do with their schemes is garbage. That's a quote from James Harrison.
That's interesting, George. I mean, I know that Tomlin, and we talked on the phone about creating turnovers, but today's game is a little different. You got to put points on the board.
Well,
if you're not putting points on the board,
they played.
That's where you run.
What really upset Roethlisberger is they played the Bears, who were without 3 of their linebackers and a starting defensive back, and lost another linebacker during the game. And the Pittsburgh Steelers totally ignored one portion of the field. They never threw a pass over the middle, and they never threw a pass more than 20 yards. In this day and age of college football, not college football, but pro football, how can you do that?
George, I'll tell you one thing that I learned many, many years ago from the late Sid Gilman, who was obviously an offensive genius. And Al Davis picked up on that. 2 or 3 times a half, even if it's incomplete, you've got to go up on top. All right? Because if you go up on top, that strong safety cannot come up to the line of scrimmage. All right? And you mentioned the crossing patterns. I don't know why, guys, because look, back in the day, you would get clotheslined if you ran a crossing pattern. And many of these great receivers did that. But today, it seems like teams almost ignore the crossing pattern. I don't know why, but there's 2 elements of the game. Go up on top early and make sure that safety can't creep up to the line of scrimmage, and you throw those crossing patterns because that'll open up your offense.
So what does that say that this is now starting to creep up and former players, great players, are criticizing the Steelers?
I think one issue that's really taking over every sport, and it's taking over football, the analytics. Mm-hmm. That's what it's all about, analytics. Everything is based on analytics today.
And it's even worse. It's even worse in the sport that you and I love, baseball.
Yeah, right. But the thing is, it's creeped into the football, it's creeped into baseball, creeped into basketball. NBA is almost unwatchable, George.
Oh, I can't watch more than 2 minutes of it, and I used to love it. I used to love the NBA.
Right. But here's the big problem, that these geeks that they have give all this information to the general manager and the coaches, and they say, look at Detroit, the Lions. They've gone for the most 4th downs in the NFL by far. What's their record right now? 7-5. Doesn't that speak volume?
And I hearken back to one of the great coaches who I spent a lot of time with, Chuck Noll. Take the points. Take the points. Yes. Take
and
the
also
points.
And also make a team drive.
Yeah.
80 to 90 yards.
Yeah.
All right. If you give them field position at the 40-yard line, especially today, NFL, you need 25 yards to get a field goal. Does that make sense?
No, it doesn't. Well, to wrap things up,
I mean,
we've talked about this, and it's going to continue. We're going to see more things that make you scratch your head this week. I'm just wondering, I would not be surprised if the good Steelers show up against the Bills on Sunday.
I hope they do.
Yeah.
Now, look, Sean McDermott, the head coach of the Bills, is under a lot of pressure because going into the season, weren't they one of the favorites?
Right.
To be in the AFC championship.
Who are the coaches, in your estimation, that are on the hot seat right now?
Well, I think McDermott, John Harbaugh, if they don't make the playoffs.
What about if Pittsburgh, with a 4-game lead, and they don't make the playoffs? Or is that out of the question because of the Rooney rule?
We've talked about this. How many coaches have had since Chuck Noll? Chuck Noll, Bill Cowher, Mike Tomlin.
Right.
Will the Rooneys pull the trigger and say, "Hey, we got to move on from Mike Tomlin"?
Well, I told you what my feeling. My feeling is if it was Dan, the trigger would have been pulled, not Art the second.
But Tomlin may go in and say, "Look, I've run the course." Al Davis had a philosophy with coaches: 10 years, move on. All right, 10 years, that's it, because you lose your effectiveness. And that has some legitimacy, I think.
I think so, too. Listen, as always, I appreciate the time. It's always great to catch up with you. Hope you had a great
George,
Thanksgiving.
You know,
Yeah.
I had a great Thanksgiving, and anytime you need me, anytime, George, anytime.
All right.
It's a pleasure to come on.
You take care, my friend.
All right, George. Thank you, George.
Take care. Bye-bye. Bill Werndell with the NFL and the parity in the NFL. We're going to wrap things up and join Pitt and Miami here at the top of the hour. This is the Sports Line.
Businesses come in all shapes and sizes. Integrity doesn't. For more than a century, the Better Business Bureau has set the standards for how businesses should operate honestly and ethically. So when you're looking for a business you can trust, check to see who's BBB accredited and who isn't. Always choose the better business. Look for the BBB seal because it's looking out for you. That's why it's the sign of a better business. And find a better business anytime at bbb.org.
Twisted Tines Outdoors in Connellsville thanks you for voting them Best Nonprofit Organization in the 2025 Best in Fayette contest. Twisted Tines is dedicated to harnessing the power of outdoor exploration to make a positive impact on the lives of children, to provide them opportunities to learn about and experience the wonders of nature through fishing, hunting, and more. Twisted Tines offers activities that teach children outdoor skills and foster a deep appreciation for the environment and wildlife, connecting kids with nature to develop knowledge, confidence, and a sense of stewardship for their world. For information on activities, programs, and upcoming events, to refer a child or to make a donation, follow Twisted Tines on Facebook or online at twistedtines.org. And thanks again for voting Twisted Tines Outdoors Best Nonprofit Organization in this year's Best in Fayette contest.
Yeah, they're the people I trust. It's the place I go. Home Warehouse, where a house becomes a home.
Home Warehouse thanks you for once again voting them the best in Fayette for home improvements and windows, and they know how to make your house a happy home. Save on energy costs, keep out drafts, and update your home with beautiful new windows, doors, and storm doors from Home Warehouse, your one-stop shop for your exterior building needs. Roofing shingles, metal, and commercial rubber roofing, shutters, siding, soffit and fascia, railing, as well as flooring, home and gun safes, wood pellets, and dog food too. So for selection, great prices, and hometown service, see Sandy and Donnie at Home Warehouse, Connellsville Street in Uniontown, wishing you a happy holiday season. Shop Monday through Friday, 8 to 4:30, Saturday, 8 to noon, closed Sunday and holidays.
Home Warehouse, where a house becomes a home.
Ready to score big on your next home? Well, great news. Huge savings are waiting for you at Clayton Homes of Bell Vernon. From open floor plans perfect for game day parties to energy-efficient homes that will help you save money all season long, these homes are built to deliver. Don't wait on the sidelines. Make the winning play today and find the home that fits your family and lifestyle. Visit Clayton Homes of Bell Vernon at 4500 Route 51.
It's a new day at WVU Medicine Uniontown Hospital, and we're bringing a new level of quality healthcare to our community. From primary care to specialty services, our team has always put patients first. And now, thanks to our merger with WVU Medicine, our commitment to patient-centered care has grown even stronger. With new resources, a growing staff, and advanced technology, our team is here to provide you with top-quality care when it matters most. Discover the new Uniontown Hospital and see how we've grown.
Casey Sports Cafe, located at 243 South Mount Vernon Avenue in Uniontown and owned by the Vernon family, wants you to know they have new hours. Monday and Friday from 7 to 3, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday 7 to 7, and Saturday and Sunday 7 to 2. Come on into Casey's and check out their new menu ideas and entrees. They can also cater your next event. Whether it's breakfast, lunch, or dinner, Casey's is the place to eat. Call 724-550-4126. Casey's, the best in Fayette County.
Hi, this is Bill Hillgrove, and you're listening to the Sports Line with George Von Benko on your local station, WMBS.
And And that puts a capper on today's show. Bill Hillgrove will be coming up next with Pitt football against Miami. Just got a flash, and since I'm not going to be on the air next week, one of the all-time greats has just passed away. Detroit Lions Hall of Famer Lem Barney, the great defensive back, passing away at age 80. 11-year NFL career, all with the Lions. NFL Rookie of the Year in 67. Led the NFL with 10 interceptions and 3 pick sixes. 56 interceptions, 25 forced fumbles, 10 total touchdowns between 7 interception returns and 3 kick returns. Wow, great player. Don't forget, River's Edge tomorrow, 3:45 for the Steelers watch party. Bud Murphy's next week, 12:15, Steelers watch party against the Ravens. George Von Benko saying so long. Sportsline brought to you by Casey Sportscast.